What's going on, guys? This is Trice here with SportStop.com, and today we are breaking down the Warrior EVO Warp Pro lacrosse head. Let's go ahead and check it out. All right, guys, so right here I have the Warrior EVO Warp Pro lacrosse head. So as you can see, I don't need to talk about stringing holes or anything like that. Being a warp, the mesh is already incorporated. But before I go too far into the head itself, let's go ahead and take a look at the scale. And with everything between the lock throat and the mesh and everything incorporated, you're at 6.3 ounces grand total for this one here. Now the EVO Warp Pro is available in two different pocket options, both of them being a mid-low pocket, but you have the choice between a whip 1 or whip 3. The one I have in my hands is the whip 1. Whip 1 is going to have a little less whip than the whip 3, of course, but they look exactly the same. So starting off at the top, because everyone wants to know about the mesh, starting off at the top, you'll notice that unlike the original Warp, this is no longer that yellow Kevlar band that goes around. It is a very similar material, but it is no longer Kevlar. So you have one material here that adheres the head to the mesh. Then you have another material around the bulk of the mesh, and then the diamonds in the center are again another material. So the mesh itself incorporates three different materials, all being premium materials. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the differences here. So right off, you'll notice these kind of raised shooting bands here. Again, really trying to aid in the accuracy in the head and kind of remove some of that clicking off the top. And then through the main part of the pocket and the channel there, you'll notice varying diamond shapes. Really going to give you a lot of control. And like I said, between these multiple raised shooters, it's going to give you a traditional feel and smooth release. Now, the Warrior EVO Warp Pro was designed with a lot of new pocket modifications and tons of on-field studies with top players at all levels to determine the perfect pocket placement and whip and hold kind of preferences and options. And like I said, this one is a mid-low pocket with a whip 1 rating. You'll notice the big low diamond in the bottom for the single kind of cradle down in the low end. Really smooth pocket too. And these varying diamonds, like I said, really aid in the feel of the head. And this one is designed more for like ball control style players that are looking for quicker release setups, really kind of in and out situations. And like I said, the premium materials blend pocket performance pretty much in all weather conditions. It's going to be hard to beat the performance and consistency of this particular pocket. Really because they're all identical, so it doesn't matter. There's no stringing variables or anything like that. The shooting tensions are all the same. So if you pick one up and then you pick another one up, as long as they're the same whip rating, you're going to be picking up the same exact stick. So it's really bumping confidence in a lot of players because they don't have to worry about whether or not their shooting strings are tensioned just right, or if there's going to be a snap in the sidewall string, anything like that. Really clean too with the all white appearance. And then as we move down, they still have the lock throat, but they removed the big center bolt from the lock throat, which was kind of nice. It went back to that standard screw in the back, so it can go on really easy. And if you need to take it off of your shaft, it's not going to fight you like it used to with that big center bolt and the wedge piece that went up. But as far as aesthetics go, still looks pretty similar to the original EVO Warp. Like I said, mid-low pocket here. Still has that kind of honeycomb shape geometric pattern throughout the sidewall. Made in the USA. And then up at the top, again with that texture that's up there across the backside as well. Tons and tons of research and development went into each rendition of the Warp, but specifically the one I'm holding now. This is the one that you're going to see out on the field with the MLL players. Really gets a great response from those guys. Really like, they're looking for consistency every single time, and this head's going to offer that every single time. And like I said, being designed for somebody who's more of a ball control style player that needs a quick in and out, this is what's going to get you that right off the shelf. So you don't have to worry about making sure it's strung properly or anything. You pick it up from the store, take it out of the box, and you're ready to go and hit the field. And at 6.8 ounces for the whole package, it's really not like as if it's going to be a super heavy weight at the end of the shaft. That's going to be your typical weight between a new head, mesh, strings, and everything else. So right there, and again, really clean with that all white appearance. All right, guys, so that was your breakdown on the Warrior EVO Warp Pro lacrosse head. Hope you liked the video. If you do, you can always let me know by clicking the like button, or even better, hit that subscribe tab. Make sure you watch the recommended video that's floating up beside me. And as always, guys, thanks for watching and have a great day.